All right, everyone, we are officially on Grand Theft Auto 6 watch, and this time it's not coming from a leaker or an insider or rumor or speculation. It's coming from the company that's going to publish the game. They actually released some information that pretty much hints when Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be coming out. We basically have a planned release window now, which is really, really cool. So in order to figure this out, we have to go back to Monday. And on Monday, Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, revealed its intentions to acquire Zynga, who is a mobile game developer, in a $12.7 billion deal. This is the biggest ever in the games industry. Now, one of the most interesting things about this announcement actually has nothing to do with the acquisition itself, because the company forecasts that its compound annual growth rate through 2024 will be 14%. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, what does that mean? Essentially, it's your rate of return or a mean annual growth rate of an investment over a specified period of time longer than 1 year. And they expect that to go up by 14%. Which is obviously huge. So this was first spotted by the website Axio Gaming, and the person who wrote this article, Stephen Totillo, I'll leave a link to his article in the description, I think was the first one who actually talked about this. So there was a direct quote from an analyst from the website Jefferies, and they said, "There's only a handful of titles that can provide management with the confidence to put out such a strong guidance. We believe there is at least one Rockstar IP set to be released by fiscal year 24. And another analyst, Cohen's Doug Kreutz, translated the numbers, which anticipates to be about $9 billion in bookings. And he said a likely GTA 6 launch in fiscal year 24. Now, in case you guys are wondering when fiscal year 24 is, it doesn't necessarily mean 2024. In fact, it doesn't really even cover the majority of 2024. That fiscal year 24 stretches from April 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2024. So let's recap here. Take-Two Interactive basically signaled that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be at least released by early 2024 because they expect their company's compound annual growth rate through 2024 will be 14%. Which is up about $9 billion. And industry analysts predict that only a Rockstar title could do that, and it's a title as likely as Grand Theft Auto 6, and that release, again, is very likely between April 1st, 2023 and March 31st, 2024. So holy smokes, if that's true, we're really not that far away from Grand Theft Auto 6. And if you want to believe the other rumors and reports coming from insiders that the game is actually going to be announced this year in 2022. That's an announcement that we covered a couple of days ago. So this is all starting to line up. A 2022 announcement with a 2023-2024 release. I think that would be very, very likely, especially because by that point in time, more people would have their hands on the new consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. It would be roughly a year out from the release from Grand Theft Auto 5's expanded and enhanced release, which is coming in March 2022 of this year. Now, if I was a betting man, I would say I really have no idea whether it would be closer to April 1st, 2023 or March 31st, 2024. And there's also very likely a delay involved in this as well. Just because they're predicting this right now doesn't mean that the Rockstar developers might not need 6 more months to finish the game. I mean, we saw that with Red Dead Redemption 2. We saw that with Grand Theft Auto 5, that it ended up getting a delay. It's kind of just Rockstar's MO that with these big titles, they announce a release date and then they usually have to push it back by about 6 months to a year, which would probably push things into either late 2024 at the best case scenario for a delay or early 2025 for the worst case scenario of a delay. Now, there's some more stuff to talk about here because Take-Two has actually previously hinted at the release of Rockstar's blockbuster titles by announcing increased revenue expectations for specific timeframes. So let me give you some examples. Take-Two actually tipped a 2012 or early 2013 release window for Grand Theft Auto 5 back in 2011 through its newly announced financial targets, then signaled a delay when it lowered them. And we obviously know the game came out on September 17th, 2013. So we're kind of in that same time period right now. We're in 2022, and they're kind of tipping their hand right now that in 2023 or 2024, a big game could end up coming out. So the exact same thing happened with Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, the same insider, Doug Creutz, said this. So yeah, there absolutely is precedent for putting a Rockstar game into numbers before it's officially dated and then getting it wrong, he said. So, holy smokes, things are actually starting to get pretty real here, which is very exciting. And I know fans really want Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out. They're getting pretty eager here because in the PlayStation 2 era, we had Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, 3 games released from 2001 to 2004. And then Grand Theft Auto 4 came out in 2008, Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2013, both for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. But Rockstar has released no new GTA in the last console generation, only focusing on expanding Grand Theft Auto 5's online mode and obviously remastering GTA 5 for the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So long story short here, take any Rockstar release timeframe in its proper context, because as I mentioned earlier, the studio tends to get delayed a bit even after they're announced. We've seen this plenty of times in the past. But this is all incredibly exciting, and it's starting to line up not only with what we've talked about today, but with other industry insiders like Tom Henderson claiming that GTA 6 would release in either 2024 or 2025. His claims were also backed up by well-informed Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier as well, and Video Game Chronicle's own sources, which I'll leave a link to the site that I'm looking at in the description as well. So, holy smokes, we really do have to be on GTA 6 watch right now because an announcement could be imminent and the game could be coming out sooner than we think. I know 2023, 2024 seems like a long way away, but it's really not, especially if the announcement ends up coming and then we get things like a trailer and screenshots and interviews and information and all that sort of good stuff. It's going to fly by in no time. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think of this information that GTA 6 not only could be announced this year, but could be coming out very, very shortly based off of info and evidence coming from the company that's going to publish the game? That is basically as close as we can get to hearing it directly from Rockstar. So let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.